It came up in the news recently that this house is being sold for $295 million. And this is a tutorial video, which I'll have a link. They actually went to the house and they did an entire tour with the owner, who was originally trying to sell it. And just look at this thing. This is a singular house. This is a house in one place, one location. That's all you got. This one thing. You can see the driveway wraps around the house. You got like multiple pools, all sorts of crazy going on here. And I figured we'd just go through a little bit of it, and then we're gonna hop into some games. But look at this thing. You got random sculptures for no reason. Probably cost more than my house. Probably more than my college fund. Probably more than I spent on my education. But what do you know? I'm gonna wait for a couple more of you guys to join in. But this thing is insane. So he's actually gonna give you guys a rundown of what this house is. And this is not the owner. This is just another content creator. He talks about it. He actually does a pretty interesting job here. You might want to make fun of his shirt a little bit, but I mean, that shirt probably costs more than my chair. But it's kind of interesting to see like how this got out, or how this started. This house was a project that was started back in like, I think it was about 10, 12 years ago by this guy on the left here. And he's originally trying to make this into a massive like estate house party center, like kind of a convention center almost, but it's a home. It's got 105,000 square feet. And he's been renovating it for years. And you're actually going to hear a little bit of it when I unmute them here. But that's how you walk into the house. You walk through with the pools, the door slides open. And then you walk into this like foyer. And it just looks too good to be true, man. It honestly looks too good to be true. Like, what is this? Like, is it a house? Is it a museum? Like, what is this? Like, I don't even know how you would live in this. Like, how would you feel? Like, would you actually feel comfortable in here? Because, like, you walk in and you're just like, yeah, it's really big and it's really cool. But, like, is it more of like, you know, it doesn't feel like cozy. It just feels weird. But this statue actually spins is what he's talking about. It moves. I don't think anyone would want a house this big. Look at this thing. It is right. It is like an art gallery. I'll give him that. It doesn't feel like a house. I mean, I definitely think it'd be cool, though, to like walk in through an area like that and be like, oh, yeah, this is just kind of like an entryway. You can see straight through the view and you have that yard outside. It looks incredible, but, you know, it just seems weird. Now, this is an office. Can you imagine streaming in there? Like, hey, guys, here's my streaming room. I mean, it'd be a cool office, but I mean, it's definitely not a streaming room by any means. It wouldn't really work out too well. But I forgot to tell you guys that this house was originally priced at $500 million, not 295. It was recently listed at 295, and now it was going for 500,000 or 500 million. Sorry, 500,000. That's a steal. But yeah, 500 million was the original asking price that he wanted, and he's a real estate investor, and he's talking about the pools. There's multiple pools that go around the house. I don't know. I don't think you can really swim in that one. But what ended up happening was COVID kind of happened, and then he wasn't able to sell it, so he defaulted on the loans. So he was about 150 million something in debt, is what he said. And the bank took back the house because they defaulted, and then the bank listed the house for 295. So they're trying to get rid of it. But this only appeals to a certain amount of people, though. Like, he's talking about the balcony that you have up here in the first office, which is just kind of ridiculous. Like, yeah, why do you need a balcony, like, in your office? Like, what's the point? I mean, I guess why not? So he's talking about, like... Feels comfortable and warm. My guy. Dude, is it warm? It's a lot of stone, I'm just saying. Well, I mean, I guess you are in, you know, California, so you probably don't really need a lot. But, yeah, look at the open area here. You got one area, another doorway, another window there. I mean, it's like all walkout. And there's a dude just walking all the way in the background. Just, yeah, don't mind me. And then you can actually see the statue and sculpture. He'll talk about that in a minute, too. I think it was like over 100 grand or something just for the sculpture. I have a backyard with a view of the entire LA basin. So you can see all of LA. And 1 acre of usable space, which does not happen anywhere. Wow. This is crazy. This is wild. That is actually pretty nuts to actually have like a view like that. I mean, I can't, yeah, I don't know. It's something close to me. This is a moat. And the reason we did a moat, they put a moat. Yes, you need a moat in your sky castle. So in order to have this free view to the city, we had to put the glass below. So he's talking about this glass rail right here. So there's a little moat that kind of goes around. And the reason for that is you see these stairs. These stairs lead down to a little walking track, and it goes pretty much all the way around. So it's like a running track. So you can exercise by running around the whole property is what he's going to tell you here in a second. I've watched through this a little bit, and I've seen it before. Yeah, the most expensive running track. So he didn't want a sidewalk. He didn't want the rail system to be like visible. So he wanted that view. So they put it down underneath, which I mean, it makes sense. It doesn't clutter your view, but it's like, do you need it? It just seems obnoxious. I'm going to skip forward a little bit here because I want to show you some more parts of this thing. Like, I don't really care about the sculpture as much. Like, yeah, it's cool, but good God, like, I don't know. Like, do you need it? Like, yeah, I had some artist, you know, some random place. Oh, you can actually see the back of the house here. That's what I wanted to see. When he turns around, you can kind of see how there's a little more levels. You got this little back corner here, and then you got some other stuff on the right, but he'll swing the camera back so you can actually see a little bit more. So it kind of, you know, it's kind of insane when you first see it. But that's not even close to like all of it. They have like more than one dining room. They go back through the main house. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. This is I think it's a $10,000 bottle wine cellar. Not $10,000, but 10,000 bottles of wine that you can set in the cellar. So you walk in, they got scaffolding, they haven't finished it yet. And then it goes all the way up, dude. like what is this? Like, do you really need 10,000 bottles of wine? I don't think I need 10,000 bottles of wine, but maybe you guys need it. Maybe. Seems a little excessive to me. But he does have, like, there's other things in this area. Like, he goes through, like, the dining room, a cigar lounge. But there's one I was going to show. Like, I mean, you even have an art gallery in here, because why not? One of the bedrooms, we probably can't show that, because there's Playboys on the wall, and that'd be awkward. Copyrights. Let's see here. I was trying to find it. So there is, like, a little family area that he has, like a family kitchen, and some other things that kind of, like, divide the house a little bit more, so you actually have living space, not just, like, these big walk-in living rooms. But this is pretty much like a living room here. You got like your kitchen space. You got some other stuff behind you. You have like the main living room. Yeah, you need 4 ovens because why not? Like, excess is just kind of insane. Hey, dude, you're stroking that a little too much, man. Too much. But I wanted to find the garage part. So they have an outdoor family room. As if the main family room wasn't enough. Now, this is my new house, actually. That's streamer money. Let me tell you guys. That's Zuckerberg. Honestly, you could probably buy this house. So this is the outdoor family room. I think that's that's not a projector, was it? Or was it on the other side? But there's one pool here.
It has an infinity on 3 sides.
So there's another infinity somewhere else, but hot tub, a moat. I think he's actually going to show you the running track now. But there was like the one thing I was going to try to find it. I mean, all this is just excessive. Like, it's just like, why do you need it? Like, what could you possibly need? But there's a nightclub inside. And that's what he was trying to explain. Like, that his whole idea for this house was to be maybe more like a central hub for people. Like, they can have concerts, they can have events there. They have like a built-in nightclub. So if you want to do parties or host parties and have people come out, you know, kind of like how you rent like a hotel space or something else. You just have people come out here for like private and extravagant parties. For whatever reason. But he does have, like, it is actually fucking insane. Like, like you got your lighting systems, your rails, everything else, the back part here for the bar. That is actually kind of nuts. The thing's fucking crazy. And this is like still when they were under construction. I think there's some hot tubs to the left as well too, because why not? Just definitely have a pool at the actual bar, at the club. What could go wrong? Yeah, he actually talks. I guess these are booths, technically. Just inlaid. Yeah, as I'm drunk, I'm going to totally crack my skull on that, man. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine, like, all right, dude, I'm fucking hammered. I'm going to go, and then I got to, like, play hopscotch to get on out the fucking pool. And just I would, like, bounce once, Mario bounce here, trip, and snack my neck. Just dead. And then I would drown in the water. That's how I would die. That is what would happen. Like, like, it just doesn't seem like a good idea. Like, it really does not seem like a great idea. All right, remember that time you got really drunk and then just fucking busted your face on, like, trying to get out of the club? Like, like, come on, man. Maybe don't do hopscotch like with alcohol. That'd be a bad idea. But there's some other cool things about this house. Like, I mean, yeah, it's insane. It's 300 million right now, 295. If anyone wants to go buy it for me. They're still talking about the nightclub too. Like, they're still going through it. Office balcony, guest bedrooms. The guest bedrooms, I think, made me laugh. Or no, it wasn't the guest bedroom. It was the staff bedrooms. I wish they actually, I don't know if it's in this part or the second part. Maybe it might actually be in the second part because they did a second tour. But they have a garage, and the garage carries, I think it can hold over 30 plus cars. Now, that doesn't count the actual like driveway space that you have too. So like you could easily probably have well over like 100 plus cars parked around here. Oh, actually, I think this might have been. Did they walk through it? This is some areas that they haven't finished. Yeah, this is so old now. But they had like one spot. It was really weird. Like they take you out the back. They take you like the servants' quarters basically, and it sounds weird to put it that way. But you look at all these crazy big family rooms, and then you go into this area downstairs, and it's like, hey, here's where the staff can stay. And it has like this little tiny hotel looking room, like minimal luxury like features, and it's like, okay, makes sense. But no, I just wanted to share this and try something else too. You guys can go watch through the second part of the video if you want. I'll have a link to his channel as well. But he ended up defaulting on the loan. This guy's going through the tour and showing him the house, and they do a pretty cool job. I mean, this video is like 35 minutes. The other one's like another 30 minutes. And you really honestly have to spend the time to do it if you want to actually look at this thing, because it is massive. And does it look cool? Yeah, it looks cool. I just can't imagine living here. Like, practically, I mean, yeah, sure, you're probably living in like one part of the house. Like you have like one room to yourself and the rest is just for staff or events, or you have people coming over in and out all the time. And you don't even really worry about it. You're just kind of there. But it just seems excessive to me. Hey man, chill with the thing, bro. You're doing too much there. You're doing too much. But no, this thing's insane. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. And can you imagine defaulting on a loan as well? Like, hey guys, we're gonna just default out here on our loan.